Hi all, this is Simona Rich, and in this video I would like to announce that I have published my book, What You Probably Didn't Know About Sex and Celibacy. It was first released in May 2015 and it was updated in May 2016, right before I left India and I was awakened. So this book was written just before my full awakening, and I believe it serves as a bridge towards to take people to full awakening. And some people, most people that got The Sun Behind the Sun ebook understood it, and that's because I told that if you're not awakened, you will not understand it, but if you have awakened, you will understand that book. But for those people who are still in the process of awakening, I believe that the book about sex and celibacy, this one that I just released, will serve as a bridge towards full awakening, and it's especially useful to get for people who think about becoming celibates, or they are already celibates and they're maybe looking to compare their accounts or whether they are doing it correctly, because some people they really shouldn't be celibates and it's actually harming them. Not everyone should take this road, so in this ebook I talk about that. So I'm going to read out its description. Sex and Celibacy is a 180-page ebook about my celibacy journey. I share not only my experiences and advice, but also include the accounts and important warnings of the celibates of the past who were occultists, spiritual teachers, writers, inventors, artists, and more. So I just told that I updated it in May 2016 with new experiences, with my new experiences and newly found genuine accounts of yet more celibates, especially saints. So this ebook is not only about my celibate experiences, but about the experiences of other celibates as well. Now 7 reasons why I wrote this ebook. First, I've decided to share my celibacy journey so that it serves as a source of inspiration for current celibates to continue walking this road. Second, so that it serves as a source of information for those who are thinking about this lifestyle and want to find out what they can expect from it. Third, over the years of my journey, I have come across many incorrect accounts with regards to celibacy, like in patriarchal religious texts of the East, which probably suffered additions like the Bible did. These distortions about sex and celibacy especially target women, so I consider it my responsibility to dispel all these falsities through revealing my first-hand experience on the matter, as well as quoting reliable sources that support my experiences and thus prove them to be genuine, because in the past it's believed that at least the religion of Indians that lived at that time in India, not the ones that invaded, they weren't a patriarchal society, but when they were conquered, those texts were altered to keep the women down. So you find the accounts of celibacy that are told to apply only to men, but that's not correct. They apply to both men and women. And because they are patriarchal, some information with regards to women is definitely incorrect. So one of the reasons I wrote this ebook is to dispel those myths. The fourth reason, I've also written this ebook to, at least to some extent, remove the repulsion about the word celibacy, since many practice celibacy when they're totally not ready for it and thus truly misguide others about this lifestyle, such as priests that have no choice about the matter, fallen people, fallen men trying to practice something that they're definitely not prepared for. Because of this indulgence in sense pleasures is chosen over celibacy, which serves to stall the spiritual development of a human that's not ready. If a person is really enjoys sense pleasures and they are definitely not on the way to full awakening, not on the way to awakening, practicing celibacy is going to really harm them. Reason 5. When one becomes interested in such a road, usually he is exposed to age-old religious teachings that were copied and distorted throughout the ages by those who weren't celibates. or practice celibacy for all the wrong reasons, thus not being able to receive any celibacy benefits. Reading such texts and looking at the lives of such people only serves to misguide and off-put would-be celibate. So usually a conclusion is arrived at that celibacy is a road to misery. In truth, it's a road to total freedom and bliss. And you will think this way too after reading the book, if you do get it. Sixth reason, not only most people practice celibacy for all the wrong reasons, but they don't even know how to practice it. As a result, sexual impulses are not transformed into spiritual ones, but suppressed instead. This, with time, results in uncontrollable anger outbursts, addictions, perversions of all sorts, or mental imbalances, so the energy is not transmuted, they just squash it down rather than transmute the energy, which is the purpose of celibacy. So many people who claim to be celibates, they might be celibates, but they still have lots of low vibration thoughts in their minds and lots of desires and impulses that they cannot control because they are unable to transmute it, which is the purpose of celibacy. In the Sex and Celibacy ebook, you'll read about how to transmute the energy of sex to experience celibacy blessings, such as higher intelligence and spiritual growth, rather than suffering from those uncontrollable impulses that many Catholic priests have to deal with. Reason number 7. Finally, I felt it necessary to share my celibacy experience because the female take on celibacy is almost non-existent. Though somewhat distorted, Vedic and Taoist sources still serve as a source of inspiration and information for men, but women can read it too, but they're kind of anti-female, unfortunately. Many of such accounts are in no way helpful to women, and as I mentioned in the book, can even stop their spiritual progress, and some of the teachings are clearly anti-female. So I consider it essential to share my celibacy experience as a woman, especially because, as I told, there are very few genuine celibate accounts of females. Many women, but also men, practice it, but more females practice this to attract male later. That's what I've noticed. The people that I knew, the women that practice yoga and so forth, and they thought themselves very spiritual, but the reason they practice celibacy is not for spiritual advancement, but deep inside they just wanted to purify themselves, to not waste themselves, so that they attract the one. So that celibacy was not targeted for their unfoldment, but to find a partner. And this is the reason celibacy doesn't work for many people, because they practice it for wrong reasons, and spiritual unfoldment doesn't happen because of this reason. To follow the road of celibacy successfully, as well as to gain spiritual blessings, 2 essential rules must be met. First, you must be ready to follow such a path, and most people aren't. Second, you must practice celibacy correctly, and most people don't. This ebook explains in detail about how to meet both of these requirements. And here's what Sex and Celibacy ebook covers. So here you can read the contents, some of the contents of the book, if you're interested. And finally, I sincerely believe that this ebook contains all you need to know about celibacy. It explains what dangers you need to be aware of on this road, what kind of blessings you will experience if you follow this road correctly, how to practice celibacy in the right way, as well as who should practice celibacy and who aren't yet ready. What's more, not only will this ebook fully inform you about this unusual yet bliss-filled lifestyle, but it will also open your eyes to the true nature of sex. The pages of the book are 180. The format is PDF. Payment will be made through PayPal, which accepts also credit and debit cards. The ebook link will be sent to your PayPal registered email address rather than your favorite email address, which can be different to the PayPal registered email address. Please save your book to your device, as the number of downloads is limited up to 10. And I would really appreciate if you could donate the suggested amount, because I did put a lot of work in that ebook. You will know it by reading it. So, and of course, if you find my videos and posts useful, it would be nice if you could donate the suggested amount, because it really helps me out. And since I just moved to this new place, of course, I need so many things to establish myself here. It's nice when people say nice, good words about my work, but it's the financial support that really keeps me going, sustains me. So I will appreciate if you could donate the suggested amount, and there's a minimum amount in case some people have no money or they struggle financially. They may choose to donate the minimum amount, but ideally, if you can, please do donate the suggested amount if you do decide to get this ebook. So that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. Thank you for watching. Take care.